You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
It's really disturbing to me how people are capable of saying the most heinous in the world, like, he did some bad, but yeah, he did some good too. It's disturbing to me that really conflicted. I'm not talking about the outsiders, I'm talking about from the projects that grew up where I grew up. And to keep it all the way a buck, mad people was complacent when it was going on. Mad people knew about it. So when motherfuckers be like, oh, I didn't know. Niggas been hanging out with that nigga for 20, 30, 40 years. They knew. But they just was complacent. You want to know why? Because he was feeding them. He was providing them with their daily bread. He put money in their pocket. A lot of these became famous just off of proximity. Rap and hip hop has fed hundreds of thousands of families, B, who would ordinarily not be working, not have a job, or would be working a menial job. You know what I mean? When you do something like that for a bunch of people, no matter what crimes you commit, it'll be accepted. You know what's crazy to me? Is that people to sit there and act like this shit ain't true. We all knew this shit was true. In the 80s, my grandmother was coming to get me off the 102 bus from kindergarten. And Miss Lorraine, Miss Evelyn, and Miss Francis told my grandmother, sis, don't let your grandson go over there to that circle, try to be no Zulu. Bam Minimum is over there touching little boys. So I was forbidden to go in the circle, and I was forbidden to hang out in the center. So when I was saw over there, I was sneaking, but I wasn't allowed to be over there. People were complacent. Nobody wanted to say nothing to him because you could have lost your life, or at the very least, you would have lost your bread and butter, and you would have had problems. So people turned a blind eye. Just as long as it's not happening to mine, let me keep close and keep lining my pockets with this nigga and get paid. Just as long as it's not me and mine, he can have access to carte blanche to everybody else's children. When people say, I feel for the victims and RIP to the victimizer, that's so heinous to me. You know, like, people could really say that they didn't know or they were unaware, but it's a lot of that knew more than mother like to admit. And when all this stuff was getting exposed, they stayed quiet. And I go even further to say, if he wasn't exposed publicly, when he passed away, niggas from my hood would have been putting up videos, pictures. Yo, I know Bambaataa, rest in peace. And whoop-de-woo. But now it's not so cool to be knowing Bambaataa, so everybody keeping quiet. But everybody would have been saying RIP, praising that nigga, knowing what he was doing if this wasn't exposed. That's how funny niggas are in the hood. Why we only know about 1 or 2 victims? When he's got 2 generations above me, my generation and 2 generations below me. It's like the 70s, the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. But we only know about like 2, 3 victims. Why, when he was exposed, nobody came out as a collective and stand up to that man? Because he was still feeding a lot of niggas. He was still paying niggas rent, buying niggas kids clothes and shit like that. He was still taking, niggas was still eating off of him, B. I've been a recipient of his kindness a time or two. In front of the big park, he bought everybody ice creams from Mr. Softy, or gave like 20, 30 of us $5 a piece. when you say he does some good, but he did some bad, John Wayne Gacy did some good. Hitler did some good. The Jajuwi, they did some good. America does good. KKK does good. That doesn't negate the fact that they wicked and do evil, wicked shit. And no matter how much good you do, once you start doing evil, devilish, wicked shit, all the good shit you do, especially against children, all the good shit you've done is null and void. There's no coming back from that. He used his talent to rock parents and people to sleep so he could prey on the innocent, the weak. And niggas knew about this for decades and ain't saying nothing. Even when it came out, niggas are still like, oh, I don't know. Nigga, y'all knew. We all knew. I'm like a young nigga and I knew. So older niggas didn't know. They just wanted to make sure theirs, and some of them even served your own relatives up to this man. We used to be chilling with niggas. Niggas have hole in their sneakers. I'm going to 09 real quick. See, bam. Come back with brand new pair of sneakers. Brand new outfits. Regularly. But we didn't know what he had, what individuals had to do for that. We just think this mother showing love. But then when we look at the denizens that grew up in Bronx River, when crack hit, when was happening to us, Zulu Nation didn't give us no food. We went to the center and got government cheese. When crack was ravaging our families, Zulu Nation didn't have no after school programs or no mentoring, the type of mentoring Bam was doing. We didn't want no parts of, but no mentorship programs and nothing like that. Do y'all remember back in the days when they was holding the meetings? You couldn't go through the circle. You couldn't walk through the circle, man, woman, or child, unless you was a Zulu. You got hurt if you tried to, and he was hurting people from the projects. See, I can understand why people are like, yo, he was a good man. He was a good man because he looked out for you. Some of the victims will say he's a good man. But you can't be a good man doing wicked to people, to children. There's no way. And watching how people are capping is disturbing to me. It's really disturbing to me. It's like, if you got enough money, if you have enough power and you feed enough people, you can have carte blanche and do whatever the fuck you want. And nobody will bat an eye. Jimmy Savile, he was a prolific, but one of the nicest people on the planet that you could ever meet. So many kids over decades because he was nice. That's how he was able to get away with it. Bambaataa was able to do the same thing. He was nice. He was like a big brother. He preyed on the weak. And nobody protected us. The older generation didn't protect us. They protected a couple of people. I was told not to go over there. Some of us got protected, but a lot of us didn't. Some of my friends, even a family member may have been exposed to that. I know a lot of my friends have. And I watched them cope over the years, deal with it. I watch it manifest itself in different ways over the years. Some of them become depressed. Some of them become junkies. Some of them hold it down. But who knows what they go through at 12 o'clock at night when they're in the bed by themselves. And then some just turn into killers. Some become very violent. Because trauma is deep and trauma is real. And I've actually seen it. So when I'm watching people, older adults, come out talking about, oh, but he did this and y'all worried about the wrong thing, y'all are crazy to me, B. I have children. I love my children. I love my Cubs, you hear me? And if anything or anybody was to ever, and I find about it today or 20 days from now, there's going to be consequences. Nobody protected the kids at Bronx River or Castle Hill in Brazil, wherever that nigga was, performing these heinous acts on children. Nobody protected us. So to sit here and scroll and see all these motherfuckers, oh, bam, bam, rest in peace. He was this, he was that. Whoop-de-woo, y'all niggas is I play with the devil. He may have created something that was great for the world, but he was a pervert, and that's why his creation is perverted and is switched around and is being used to hurt us. Just like he used his talents to hurt us. Every time they speak about, they should be like Bambaataa. They shouldn't even speak about him with no reverence. This should be the last time anybody ever speaks about him. He was able to die in obscurity after he got exposed. They kept the microphone on Jimmy Savile. They kept a microscope on Jimmy Savile. They kept a microscope on Jeffrey Epstein when they found out the shit that they was doing. He was able to fade into obscurity and die without nobody chasing him, nobody pressing him, nothing. Even after he admitted it, he was supposed to get handled. Nobody handled him. Why? Why? Why wasn't his confession made? Why wasn't his confession pushed further? Why y'all was making homeboy seem like he was bugging the fuck out and he wasn't telling the truth? A lot of y'all are mad at him because he exposed it. But you see, the real fact is, a lot of y'all acted with that shit. So y'all can't really say nothing because a lot of y'all are in that book too. And let's not forget, this wasn't a hip hop movement. This was a straight gang. They were a gang. If you ever got locked up in Rikers Island back in the days, they would tell you, I don't give a fuck if you Muslim, you blood, you Nieta, you Latin King, or you Zulu. We don't play up here. All that niggas was doing, them niggas was a gang disguised as a movement. And if you got out of line, you got dealt with. And that's a fact. That's why my hood is notorious and feared like that. But to act like he was an innocent guy, he did good in the bad that he did should be swept under the rug because he made it for so many people to eat. What type of craziness is that? How do y'all live with yourselves even think it's like that? That motherfucker was a monster. He was an animal. For real. And he should rest. I hope wherever he is, he's resting in boiled piss right now. He's resting in boiled piss. And the way y'all people are talking about giving him a pass, I can see why Bronx River was so rife with pedophiles. He wasn't the only one. He was just the most prolific one. We had fake preachers taking little boys on trips, all types of B. Let's not forget. And nobody says nothing. What about the coal yard? Mad niggas was in the coal yard. When I talk about the coal yard, niggas got quiet. There's a culture and molest that's in that project. It might not still be there, but it's been there and it's been running rampant for decades, B. And nobody helped us. Just like nobody helped the older people. Some of us are failing our kids right now. But to sit back and act like that this dude was just the bee's knees because he created something that was allowed to be perverted and didn't even benefit us. It didn't benefit us at all. It did not benefit us as a people, as a project. That he created does not benefit us at all. A few individuals get to live their dreams, but the race as a whole, us as a people as a whole, we still in the same situations, in the same predicaments we've been in since the forming of it, if it hasn't made it worse. But I just want to let y'all know that that's disgusting what I'm seeing online. And I wish I would stop it. But then again, they can't, because a lot of y'all don't have no morals. A lot of y'all don't care when it comes to a dollar. A lot of y'all will sell your own mother out for $1. And I respect that. But I don't have to like it. And again, rest in piss to Bambaataa. I hope he boiling in it. Mother had a mother, made a mother. And my heart goes out to the victims. You understand what I'm saying? It's got to be hard to have all these people talking about, oh, y'all have my sympathy. But when y'all was telling people this shit was going on, nobody helped y'all. If I'm a child and I'm going through something and I gain up the courage to tell people what's going on with me, I don't want nobody to sympathize with me. I want to help me. I want a mother to stop me from going over there or stop the predator from hurting me. And nobody did anything. Mother had a mother, fate made a mother. Rest in peace, you won't be Miss Bambaataa. That's all I say.
First and foremost, let me say thank you to Dayon, man, for having the courage to even stand in front of a camera, because where we come from, a lot of dudes don't stand in front of the camera. And giving these words that he just gave. You know me, I'm tired of being emotional, but it kind of hurts when you seeing videos with people that's supposed to be close to you, friends with you, family with you, at Africa Bambaataa's funeral, knowing that we all know what we know about him. But what am I to say? What could I say? Outside of this chapter of my life is now to an end. It came to an end. But the truth of the matter is, me just being honest with y'all. See, Africa Bambaataa went into hiding. And those of us that know, when people sit up there and say, oh, what did you do about it? He went into hiding. I did everything I could do. If you expected me to throw my life away and just go outside like John Rambo and start hunting innocent people down, this man been traveling from country to country, hiding from state to state, while I was raising my family, giving them a better life, and making sure that the things that happen to me don't happen to my kids. See, that's what happens when you're not a father and you're not around to raise your children. You allow things like this to happen. So me, I chose the different route and a different path to raise my children, to make sure none of that stuff happens to them. Sometimes in life, you got to let go and let God. But honestly speaking, I have to say, I've been hurt more by regular people after the aftermath of what Africa Bambaataa did. The aftermath. Remember what I said, aftermath. Because he went into hiding. And he didn't say a word. But during this journey of me dealing with him in this situation and trying to find some type of justice and letting the world know what he did, I was lynched by my own people. I was lynched by the community. Shout out to all the people out there who actually saw all these rest in peace and went sick in the comment section and stood on principle. Shout out to all the good people that had good words and kind words for me and the things that I've been through, and all of them. Because this is not just about me. There's many, many more people, even after Africa Bambaataa, that's going through the same things today. And that's what we need to focus on. The fight ain't over. That's just a chapter of my life and many others that didn't get a chance to be a voice for themselves, that was closed. Once again, man, Dayon, I love you for your words, my nigga. Salute to you for being stand up. Because it shouldn't have took our generation to be the generation to take that man down. It should have been the older generation. I couldn't take these secrets to my grave. Now many other people can find some type of closure in their life and get some type of help or counseling. Because I ain't the only one. It is what it is. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Live life as if you're on a run. Stay dangerous at the same time. I'm out.